Hello, welcome to Dose of Life. This video is part one of probably many parts because ideally I'd like to be doing one video per day on my journey in terms of going back to Afghanistan. I haven't been back to Afghanistan since 2005, so March 2005 was last when I actually went to Afghanistan. And the whole motivation between wanting to go back to Afghanistan, because this has been sort of work in progress for quite some time, but it's actually finding the time because you end up having such a busy life here in the UK to actually make that time and get out there to Afghanistan because it's so far away in terms of organization, in terms of having a trip buddy. It's just a lot to put together. What do I hope to achieve from this trip in Afghanistan and why I actually want you guys to actually watch these videos? Am I actually going to meet the criteria that I've set myself, which is to do at least one video per day? I'm not sure, but I'll try. If not, I'll try to do one every 2 days. And what I hope to show is what's really the situation in Afghanistan is like, maybe potentially interview some local people, show some local life, find out what is really happening there from just a day-to-day point of view. Ideally, the big question in the room in terms of women education, I think we need to kind of, aside from all the fun that I will have, I think we need to kind of tackle that issue. You know, why can't secondary school girls or, university or just college girls, why can't they have a right to go and get education? It's just hurtful. So some of these topics and just understanding Afghanistan from its current need or from a humanitarian point of view, what's happening there economics wise, what people do, what they're working, security wise, and what really Taliban and really the situation on the ground in Afghanistan is like.
Seemed lost to the streets and her own thoughts. A little girl adrift in a world traumatized by conflict. We can only guess what perils she'd faced. But this is Aisha now. She's found a tented home, found friends and found her voice. She tells us her name, but so much of her story is still lost in the chaos of Kabul.
Aisha was found.
This is a main street, and she's sleeping here.
She is just one of an uncounted number of displaced or orphaned children scattered across Kabul. Often their only shelter is the sky. Boys like Hamid Ullah, whose father was killed in the war, who now cares for his younger brothers. In all, 10 million children are in need of help, says the UN. Though Western troops have gone, it warns the world, do not abandon the next generation to their fate.
We're very privileged having this phenomenal life, security, education, you name it, here in the UK. Freedom of speech. I mean, I can just list off so many wonderful things that we have access to, that we have the ability to do here in the UK. Whereas Afghanistan is completely, from what people are being told in the media, is completely the opposite. So it would be interesting, not just for myself to find out, but also for my audience to kind of find out and discover what's going on, what's happening. I've got this really famous painting. This is a woman called Sharbat Gula. She's, some people would say, the most famous portrait of the 20th century. I think a European or a British photographer had photographed her in a camp, a refugee camp in Pakistan, but she's Afghan because of the whole war situation and the millions of people being displaced. So whenever I come into work, yes, I'm surrounded by these wonderful things in and around me, but this is actually an amazing reminder to know that, people like her, and, the whole thing is about what her eyes, the story that her eyes tells you. That's what it's kind of known for. But do your own research. Maybe I'll come in better prepared to give you a little bit more of an insight. But it's actually just to kind of give you a surface level idea of my home country, why I'm going back, because I miss it. I'm curious what's happening. It's been 20 circa years. And part one of many parts. Tomorrow I'm flying out at about 2 p.m. and just every step of the way, I want to record this whole journey, ending up in Afghanistan, and what the whole process of this trip is like. If you're curious to see certain things, do get in touch, drop me a message, or like contact me directly. I'll put my details in the description. I've got, I think, some friends that have given me some money to do some charity work in Afghanistan, or to give some money to the poor. So if there's anything you want me to do, anything that I can help or assist with, I'll do my best. If you want to donate to the charity that I'm always fundraising for, which is Noble Connection, you know, we support a couple of schools in Afghanistan, and then build wells, and just all sorts of like wonderful projects, like, you know, giving money to doctors to do like little operations, such as like some man that was blind because of a cataract that he had in his eye, people having dental issues, or stomach problems, and just kind of doing small things but life-changing operations. So if there's anything you want to get involved, anything you need help with, just kind of reach out. This is the end of part 1, and hopefully many wonderful parts to come to kind of like give you a proper insight of Afghanistan. So yeah, see you tomorrow for the next video. Bye-bye.